I am with child whores. I'm lying. I'm actually like more of like an octuplet mom. Like I have like 20 kids in the waiting, and it's time. They're gestating. They're almost ready to pop out. They're almost ready to go. If you don't already know, my name is Taylor, also known as DJ Tay Waits, also known as Mixed Waits. If you're one of my high school students or the youth that I work with, or Tay or T, however many names I go by, just know that it's me. I'm her. I'm the DJ. I'm the DJ, I'm the teacher, I'm all that. But my name is Taylor Waits. My pronouns are she and they, and I am organizing many events this year. If you know me personally, you know that I have dealt with so many frustrations with being not only in education, but in service work, in the service field. I have done lots of content and work around sex work. I have done a lot of content and work around DJing. And I'm starting to do more and more about performance, burlesque, drag, things that I've been doing, but I haven't been recording or really posting other than on my Instagram. And the overall sentiment in all of those spaces is just highly transphobic, highly transmedicalist, very racist, and very discriminatory. As a Black, non-gender conforming lesbian, it's been really disheartening to plan events with other folks and seeing that a lot of my friends aren't getting paid at all for a gig, seeing a lot of my friends getting paid less than $30 for more than from anywhere between 2 and 4 hours, 4 and 5 numbers, seeing my DJ friends getting lowballed on so many opportunities that white DJs get a lot of money for, and really tired of just seeing my people being thrown to the side, like we don't matter, like our service work doesn't matter. And so I am making this video as an introduction to what I'm about to do. To my children, to all my kids, aka these events I'm about to throw. So for some history on me, I'm 27, I just turned 27 in March. And I began organizing social and political events as a student organizer at my undergraduate university. During undergrad, I helped to organize several on-campus actions, off-campus teach-ins, moderating talks, and helped to start and co-found a movement called #ChangeRapeCulture. As an organizer for CRC, I spent 5 years using my own money as well as mutual aid funds and 2 small grants to empower the work that we did for 5 years. The majority of that work came from my bank account, no shade. We got maybe $3,000 in grants from local folks, and I do zero budgeting, and I did a transparency post about what it was that I bought and what those were for. One was for an event called Trans Day of Play, which I have there's pictures of on our website, changerapeculture.org. There's also on our Instagram page at Change Rape Culture, no A in change or in rape, or CRCPGH. We've hosted events in spaces that are like so beautiful and large and expensive, and really cool people at those venues basically allowed us to do them for free. A lot of them just didn't tell their boss like that we're having an event there, or they're like, you have to have it on a Thursday or you have to have it at night. And so CRC has really been empowered by like just cool people allowing me to use their spaces for free and me paying my friends out of my own check. Our most expensive event for Change Rape Culture was probably the online drag show or the Black Women's Ball, both of which I paid for out of my own 2 hands, out of my own pockets. And those were upwards of $3,000. So for transparency's sake, at the time I was a PhD student making around $2,200 a month, DJing on the side for like less than $70, like less than $50, like measly amounts of money, and door dashing. I spent a lot of days and nights hating myself for making the decision to financially back an organization that needs to be backed by a community. I spent lots of weeks upset with myself for going hungry, and And I spent a lot of days like mad that there's nobody else helping me. Like there's only me and my co-founder doing this, and we're two Black women who are poor enough. So it was really amazing work. I want to flash a lot of the things that we were able to do with Change Rape Culture there. On the screen, you can see a scroll of all the events, or most of the events that we have organized and planned. You can pause to view them or head to our socials to look at them. We just released a textbook as well about our praxis, experiences, and ideas for free online. And I'll add that link right here. So you can read our book, learn a little bit more about Change Rape Culture, and myself as an organizer, specifically Taylor Waits, and the things that I did, the events that I hosted, to get just a glimpse of who I am and what events I support. Along with being in school, like I said, being a PhD student for myself, I also became a teacher for children. And since then, I have taught during, before, and after school with elementary, middle, and high school age students. I prefer to work with high school age students. That's just like my bread and butter. I would love to open a high school one day. Those are the types of students I normally work with. But in a need to get back out into community and to make some community and to build some bridges, I am teaching adults, adjuncting, as my job fresh out of my PhD program, to allow me time to go back to what I love to do, which is organizing spaces for queer people. I just finished doing my last year teaching in public schools with my 10th graders. I've taught in public schools as well as after school programs that service public schools for 7 years now. And I started teaching very young. I started teaching at 19, and I moved all the way up till now at the age of 27. And I told myself I didn't want to go 10 years into teaching before using my PhD to, do something else. But PhDs aren't, especially English PhDs, ain't really worth shit right now. So, she's going to take this adjuncting job and hopefully get a part-time job and just keep it pushing. As of this video, knock on wood for me. But yeah, I just finished my last year teaching with my 10th graders this past semester, and I'm moving to adjuncting and teaching adults at a local university here in Detroit. I want to eventually start a community high school for Black girls and open a social space for Black lesbians. This is the overall goal. It's really important for me to explain how I do not want to hoard wealth, how I am feeling a need for us to establish a space, but I've already run a business, an established, well-run business, that almost became a 501c3. I've already done that. I've organized over 100 events at this point. Like I said, with my own dollars and with my own community, reaching out to people, local businesses. I just really want to start doing that for Black lesbians right now. I really want to do that for Black lesbians. I also really want to work with marginalized youth, Black kids, brown kids, specifically in the Detroit area. So those are things that I want to do. I do not want to be a billionaire. I do not want to make money off of these children. I do not want to make money off of these events. I spent all my money doing these events. I went broke for 5 years doing these events. So yes, I'm not doing these events because I want money. In 1 week, tomorrow is exactly 1 week. Today's Tuesday. Tomorrow makes exactly 1 week before I will have defended my dissertation. And 3 weeks, 3 weeks from tomorrow, I will be graduating from my PhD program. Due to my schedule opening up more, I really want to go back to community organizing, creating spaces for Black children and Black lesbians. So, this brings me to the point of this video, my children. What am I doing? What is she having? So, first of all, I want to introduce to you all a series that I'm going to start doing 4 times a year called Ocean. Hopefully I have something cute on the screen. Ocean. Ocean is a social series meant specifically for those who identify as OSHIN, Ocean, which are Black, women-loving women, and non-men loving non-men. So if you're not a man, you're Black, and you're a lesbian or you're sapphic, this is for you. While it's centered on Black Ocean identified folks, of course, with all lesbian and sapphic events, you'll see people of all genders and colors there. So if you support Black Ocean folks, if you know someone who identifies as Ocean, a Black sapphic or lesbian person, that's exactly what they're for. They'll vary. In the first Ocean event is going to be October 26th. And this is a Halloween costume party, of course. We're going to start off really gay. We're going to start off amazing, and we're going to start off with a costume contest with a Halloween party, as the gays need. So, Ocean series will start on October 26th. All of the flyers and info, the address, where it's going to be at, all of that will be posted on my Instagram as well as on my Eventbrite for Ocean. The next thing I'm doing is called DICON. And the flyer's right, bam, there. I've already made that flyer because DICON's earlier than Ocean. DICON is a burlesque and variety show. This is really meeting the need, like I said, of seeing my friends, particularly gender non-conforming, trans-masculine, non-binary performers who are consistently left behind because drag focuses mainly on folks emulating effeminate people. Drag things, drag kings, and those who decide to do drag performance outside of the gender binary are really struggling to get booked. Drag kings have always had a hard time getting booked, but particularly those who lean outside of, emulating femininity, it's really hard for them to get a gig. So I really want this drag and variety show to focus on the types of performers that don't usually get a chance to do a performance while serving a crowd that is never catered to. Once again, DICON is meant for Black dykes, Black butches, studs, Black lesbians, and sapphics. That's who it's meant for. That's who the acts are tailored to. However, like I said, anybody can come support. We will always take your money. But that's what DICON is for. And DICON is coming up on September 19th. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Let me make sure. Let me check my calendar. Let me see. Wait. DICON. Yes. September 19th. That was right. September 19th is DICON. So please, DICON is $10 online or at the door. All of the money goes towards the performers. For transparency's sake, I pay all of my performers $250, whether they're doing one act or 10. Well, not one act or 10. I pay them based off of how many acts I'm asking them to do. There's a fly I needed to kill. On how many acts I'm asking them to do. And this is a 2-hour show where everyone will probably be doing less than 2, maybe 2, even if they want. I said if they want to do 2, but 1 to 2 numbers, about 2 to 3 minutes a piece. And most of the time you don't get paid for things like that. So getting paid $250 for basically showing up and doing 2 numbers is like really good. And that's my base. Like what's the point of coming out the house if you can't pay a bill or 2? I need to be able to pay my phone bill, girl. Excuse me, something. But all of the proceeds will go towards that. I have 4 performers, so that's $1,000. And then the space. I'm renting the space or using the space, cohabitating in the space that is Black owned by a Black woman, Lady O, here in Detroit. So we've got to make overhead on the performers as well as on the space. So $10, please. Even if you're not going to show up, $10, $5, $4, any donation really helps. But it's, once again, much more to be revealed about DICON. DICON's going to be disgusting. It's going to be amazing. Next up, the free writing lab that I'll be hosting here in Detroit in the main Detroit library. The reason why I'm hosting these writing labs is that as an educator, it is so staunchly apparent how little politicians care about educating and care particularly about the things that we educate on. They only care about things that, particularly for me as a trans, queer, lesbian educator, that involve, sex ed and involve queer kids and queerness inside of the classroom, instead of focusing on things that people really need to know, like in this day and age, which is understanding propaganda, understanding how to critique a piece of media, understanding how to read a piece of media and being able to pick out the points of rhetoric within it, looking at arguments. This year in 10th grade, we learned it all. We had a really good time. But I can just see that even with students who are about to graduate, in all of my experience, not just in Michigan, and the 3 states in which I've taught over these past 7 years, or over these past 8 years, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Folks need as many resources, free resources, that they can get. And so I want to offer a free writing lab. That writing lab is going to be centered mainly on middle and high school students. I already teach at a university, and I have office hours that those students can come and frequent in. But I want to give specific space to the youth, and I also want to protect them, so I don't want to allow adults in that area other than their parents, of course, and myself, and any other volunteers and tutors that want to come and help out, because I will be asking for volunteers soon. And finally, my online community town halls. I was just talking to another organizer DJ friend of mine, who was like, "Oh, this election is getting me, like, I really want to get back out into community, and I think we need to be having like teach-ins, and I really want to go back to doing all this." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, if you look at the Change Rape Culture page, I've done all of that." It was great. I really enjoyed it. And it was all centered around sexual assault, which is a very heavy topic and something usually people never want to talk about. So centering it on something that's not sexual assault is actually going to be something that's really new and fun for me. Talking about sexual assault is fun for me, but it's not fun for everybody. And a lot of people don't want to be there. So it'll be nice to work with a demographic of people that we don't always have to be talking about sexual assault all the time. Even with Change Rape Culture, we don't always talk about sexual assault, but that's what it's about. That's what we're all here for. So it'll be nice to have town halls where we can do and talk about different things. I won't be organizing under Change Rape Culture, even though Change Rape Culture is so close to my heart, and I love Change Rape Culture and I love the work that I've done under it. But instead, I will be hosting most of these events in collaboration with other organizers under my own name or under my production company, Black Period. It's literally spelled Black Period. Each of these programs are not meant to generate wealth for myself or anyone in the community unless it is a fundraiser. So as everyone knows, like usually for my birthday or for large events, we'll throw fundraisers or mutual aid assistance where, people will just come and all the money will go towards a certain cause. So unless it's specifically for a fundraiser, the money is not for me, and it's also not for anybody else in the community. Instead, it is meant for us to come and just be. As I said before, I will be doing transparency spending posts on my Patreon and Instagram to show all the zero budgets for all events and pay going to talent and extra money being sent back to community. Rarely, especially if you're a Black organizer, rarely do you make overhead. Do you rarely make more than what you had intended on making? Most of the time you're scraping. And a lot of, no shade, most people I know do not make money off of their events. They don't make anything. And a lot of people are still trying to get to the point to where they can harbor money for themselves and not hoard it, but a lot of us don't walk away with $5. The tips are so bad some night you just get $0. You've literally just spent money on an amazing outfit, doing your makeup and hair, and then you're going home with literally no money. So that's what it's for, just giving regular everyday working class people some money. And $250 is pretty solid. For most events, I'll be using social media and live streams to spread info since they can be saved on the page and downloaded to spread. But I'm also actively looking for collaborators, community folk who really want to spread information, specifically with the Town Hall series about genocide, imperialism, fascism, and community responsibility. Particularly, obviously, in the Michigan, Detroit area, but more outwardly anywhere else. When I was organizing, as I am an organizer in Change Rape Culture, we always do our events online. Doing Zoom events is basically the most accessible that you can get, other than hosting something in a public space like a library, a community hall, or a space that people can easily take the bus or walk to, or going to someone's house, you know what I mean, or standing outside. And so I'm going to continue to do that to promote a safe space for others. Also, at all of these events, masks will be required inside, so that we can continue to do what we say we're going to do, which is be accountable to our community. And the main way that we can do that is by keeping those who are most vulnerable safe, and also keeping ourselves safe. Wear a mask, please, or you can't come. So, for all of these events, community, accessibility, safety, and transparency are really the keys and the cores of all of them. I'll have some music, film, and writing projects, some more children in gestation, some more embryos ready to be popped. You can clearly see that I am the lesbian who knows nothing about pregnancy. Don't even know how it happens, but I am going to be doing other projects this year on top of the events that I'll be throwing. And one, I'm not gonna tell you. Okay, I'm not gonna tell y'all, but just know that they're good. Just know that there are some projects coming up that y'all probably would never expect me to do, but that I'm doing them, and that they're gonna be really fun. You'll like them. You better. But that's basically it. I wanted to check in. I wanted to let y'all know that I'm having some babies on my Instagram page as well as on my Patreon. Those are basically the only two things I use. On my Instagram page and on my Patreon as well as on my YouTube, I'll be posting links to all of said events, to all of said flyers, and just looking really forward to getting back to the community. Getting back. I'm ready. Are y'all? Let me know. If you want to support Ocean, if you want to support the projects and things that I'm doing, the best way for you to do that is to follow me on social media so that you know in what ways your help is really needed. Mainly, or most immediately, for DICON, we are looking for folks to obviously purchase tickets to come, to show support to the 4 performers that I will be revealing, and they will be revealing themselves as well, throughout the month of August, so that we can build up some momentum about it. But the whole point of these events, like I said, is not to hoard wealth. It is to just give back to people who really deserve it, and to offer you folks a space to come have fun, and to be safe, and a space that you can express your feelings and feel more like yourself. Hopefully this leads to a school. Hopefully this leads to our own community space. Shout out to the 2 lesbian, or I think 6 now? 6 lesbian bars left in America. We really need you. And the baby lesbians, we're on our way. We're on our way to making something just as spectacular, just not centered on alcohol. Gays have enough alcohol. I'm good on that. But yeah, y'all, that's it. I am so excited and scared to post this video, but I am very happy that the future is here. Please support if you can. Stay safe out here. And I will be seeing y'all, whether it be at a party, in the classroom, or on your computer screens, or on your shelf, or in your ears, or on your YouTube account. Very, very, very soon. Y'all have an amazing week. I'll talk to y'all soon. Take out, bitch.